Hi guys, my name is Harshit, and in this video we will be learning about the few built-in functions for string. This will be a part 3 for the built-in function for strings in Python. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I will be pasting the link in the description. You can check it out those videos also. So let's start with the third part for the built-in functions for strings in Python. So the first function is isdigit. So basically it is the boolean method. So let me first just take a string. So I'm taking as hi everyone as a first string. So if I just print string dot is digit, so it just give me either true or false. So in this case, it gave me false because our string does not have any digits, right? Or the complete string actually not a digit. If suppose this instead of this hi everyone, it is like 1 2 3, and then if I just check, then it will give true, right? So it is just a boolean function to check our string is a digit or not. Okay, so let's move to the second function. So this is the split function. So before moving to the split function, I just wanted to tell you the what are the parameters of the split function. So basically for the split function we have two parameters. First is the separator and second is the max split. Okay, so by default this max split is -1. So -1 means that there is no limit. And for like suppose if our string is again like hi everyone, so what it will do is if I just write it like string dot split, so now I need to pass a separator here. So let's suppose I want that my words should be separated with the help of the space. So what it will do, it will return a list where it has two words, this hi and everyone, because it's been separated with the help of this space, right? So as you can see, it's returning hi and then everyone. If suppose I don't need to pass that space, instead of this I just checking for suppose e. So it will return all those strings. Like here you can see first is hi with space only because the e is coming after the space. So our first element is hi plus that particular space, right? Then e is there. Then our second element is v because another e is comes after v. So this is the separator which we are passing, right? So this is the split function. Okay. Now let's talk about the replace function. So in replace also we have like some parameters, which is first we pass it the old substring which we need to like replace, and second is the new substring. Okay, so in this case let's suppose our string is hi everyone, and our first string like the second string is suppose hello. Okay, so now we need to change it in string, so that's why I'm writing like string then dot and then replace. And now I need to replace this hi, so I'm writing here. And what I need to replace, I just either just pass that string one like that particular variable, so it will directly return me that hello everyone, or instead of variable I can also write hello here also, so we don't need to initialize this string one also. Like for example just pass hello here. Okay, so in this way this replaces works, like it just replaces the that particular substring from that string to that new substring which we are passing here. Okay, so this is the replace method. Then we have the find method. So let's suppose I'm just taking a string again. So uh, if I just need to find that e, right? Like how I can find it? I will be simply just write it like string dot and then find, and inside of this I just need to pass that particular substring which I need to find. So it will return me this lower, like the lowest index of that particular substring from where it been started. So as you can see, it started from like 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Right? So it will return me 3. So find will always return the lowest index of that particular substring. It has been there in the fifth index also, like, and in the 10th also. But it will only return the lowest index. Okay, so this is the find method. And if suppose, and now there the second method, that is rfind. So if I again, so it is just the opposite of e, like opposite of find method. So if suppose I also need to find that particular index of e now, what it will do is it will return me the maximum index of that particular substring. So in this case, it will return me the index of this particular e. So if I just print, it will return me 10, right? So it's just the opposite methods of the opposite of find method. So these are the really simple methods. Now let's talk about istitle method. So it is again like the boolean method only. So if suppose I writing it like hi and then everyone, okay, and let's suppose there is another string which is like hi and then everyone is begin with a small e. So if I check for the is title, so what it will give? It will give me true. Why? Because in the both the words are being in both of the words the first character is actually capital. So it will check that particular thing in the strings. So let's suppose if I just check it for the string one and then dot is title, it gave me false because here the first character of everyone is not capital, right? So only the first one is capital. If suppose instead of this is title, if I just check it for capitalize, which I already told you in the first video, first part of this particular built-in function, so what it will give? It will give me true because that particular, like this particular function only checks the first character of that particular string, right? So it will just, it's not a boolean method, it will just return the string where the first character of the string is capital. Now, like to show you, let's just, I actually made this small h and do the capitalize, so it will return me just first one, right? So it is the simple method. Okay, okay, guys. So let's continue with the join method. So if I just take a string is like suppose I taking as high, and for writing a join method, what we generally do is first we take a particular string, like any string, either we can just take it like a variable, suppose string 1 equals to any special character, let's take, so I suppose take hash. So what I can do is now string 1 dot and then join, and in the braces of join just pass the string. So now what it will print is it will print first h and then this particular special character and then I. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so it's printing this thing. So generally we don't use join in the strings only, because like the basic thing which like this particular join method we generally use when we have the list. So to create a string from the list we generally use this join method. So it's actually the basic one only. In the list, like when I will be discussing about the list methods and all, so in that we will be discussing about the join method again in the depth. Okay guys, let's move to our the final method. So first is the maketrans method. So maketrans and this translate actually works with like together only. So first one, let's take about like maketrans method. So what it will do is just create the one-to-one mapping only. So to just give you like how we actually need to write this is, so there are like three parameters of this make trans method. So we just take it like string 1 then string 2 and then string 3. So this first string is basically the characters which I actually need to replace. Then second is the character with which I actually need to replace this first string characters, and the size of this string 1 and string 2 should be same, otherwise it gives me an error. And then string 3 basically what characters I need to delete from that particular string. So let's suppose my string is hi everyone. So in this, if suppose I write it like string 1 equals to then string dot maketrans, and inside this now if suppose I write it like I need to replace that e from with which character I need to replace, suppose I need to replace with r, and then let's suppose I need to delete that particular h. Okay, so if suppose now you can see right, the size of both the strings, the string 1 and string 2 are same, right? So it's actually should be same. If suppose I just do it like rc, then you will see that the first two make trans argument must have equal length, right? So this is why I'm actually telling you okay, the size of this string like strings should be same. So for if suppose you have you need to change like two uh, characters, let's suppose you another character you need to change is y. So here also you need to now write that particular character from like with which you need to replace that y. So let's suppose I need to replace y with j. So now what will happen, e will be replaced with r and y will be replaced with j. Okay, so this way it will work. So like first I just show you that mapping which is actually done here. So now you can see right this 1 to 1. So what is this 101? It's basically the ASCII value of E, and these are just the ASCII value with which that particular is going to be replaced. 114 for R, 121 for Y, right? So these are the just the ASCII values. So now just uh, do it like this, and what this translate is do like from here we only get this mapping only right now, but we also need that string, right? The new string which is created with the help of this particular code, right? So for that we generally use translate method. So how we actually write it like first that is string and then dot and then translate, and in that translate we just pass it string 1. Okay, so you can see h which is we actually want it to delete, right? So it is gone from here in this particular string. Then every e is been replaced with r, this particular e, this e, this e, and y is also replaced with j, right? So these are the basic methods, and this video is the last part of the built-in method. So if you have any doubt, you can comment down in the comment section, and if you want me to make any video on the functions which are according to like you don't get it, so you can also comment down. I will make the videos for that functions also. So I actually covered most important functions in the string part, so you can go through all the videos if you haven't watched till now. And I will be starting the next video I will be starting the list part, so you can uh, go through that also. Until then, bye.